I become the Necromancer and build an undying kingdom. Can I survive humanity's wrath and purge them, or will I fall? Let's find out. We're back to conquer the world as the undead. I've tried it before a couple of times, but now I think I know what I'm doing. First step is to get 2 Theatre of Drakes down to get some actual infantry. Theatre of Drakes uses my dead souls. Dead souls are my slowly regenerating currency. I also have access to bones. Bones is made by zombies jumping inside my citadel and breaking themselves. To build, I must build upon the creep, and the creep is made by using soil defilers to expand. To start with, I am the Necromancer, and I have 10 zombies. My Necromancer can turn anyone dead into more zombies. And also, we have pits, which make zombies over time anyway. With our starting bones, I'm going to put some ziggurats down here, which will start generating more dead souls for me. These generate dead souls, zombies generate bones. Let's start crushing the locals. My new goal is the entire top area of the map. There's a gigantic stone wall. We're going to expand up to the top central area and build production centres in the centre. To the left and to the right, after I destroy the massive fortresses there, I'm going to build all of my support buildings, which give me access to even more resources. So everything will be in an area where the enemy probably won't attack, and all my production facilities will be here because the enemy will always path towards my citadel. So everything I can build will be there. But for now, everything will be a bit of a mess, so I'm trying to build everything I possibly can. Barrows are being put down to make zombies. I do that at the beginning and the end of every day. And I'm going to stop pushing these guys out when I start getting just enough dead souls to start making Drakes of Doom. They're not the most powerful things, but they're slightly better than, of course, zombies. And we push, we crush, we kill everything. Let's turn these zombies into more bones, get more Drakes of Doom out, and more bones will then be more ziggurats. And then we'll start expanding our soil defilers. We can only have 6 so far, and get more and more territory. Always be expanding. In fact, honestly, I should probably have expanded upwards. This is already bad for me. And while I'm at it, I dark summon to get some extra horses on the field, just so we actually have a few more extra troops this early on. I don't want to waste my crystals, because crystals are very hard for the undead to get. But we are pushing and growing. With this lower area cleared out, we start pushing north. If I can get as much of the north cleared as possible, see there's already a wall here, I'll be very happy. We need our cauldron of death to be empty. So that means more and more troops, all the people who are dead, become more and more bones, and more bones become more and more ziggurats, making more and more dead souls. We are going to power through with a swarm tactic at the beginning, and then pivot towards elite troops. Last time I just did a swarm tactic, and I got wiped out by their elite troops. So we push, we kill this entire grouping over here, and we expand into this corner using soil defilers once we gain enough resources, because right now we're a teeny tiny bit constrained. So as the fighting goes on, the soil defilers are already looking for places to build. So I'll probably have to move them a little bit later because I'm not quite sure the best place to put them. As you can see, this area here is up, and we now own this land. And then I'm going to start building everything at the back that I can to start putting in the cool stuff. So the ziggurats and so on and so forth. First stage will be huge amounts of ziggurats. Right now we need to keep producing huge amounts of dead souls to keep on expanding. Our second stage will be getting this upgrade up and running. We need 400 and 100. For that we need some storage buildings, but for that we need more and more expansion. It does mean a bit of sub-optimization as I move these defiling monuments around, so we'll be closer together than others, but I need to fill this entire back wall with stuff which gives us more resources, and stuff which gives us access to more resources like storages and so on. For now, I only have 100 spaces for dark energy, which is my troops. I need to expand that. I need to expand this. I need to expand everything. And the first wave is here in like a day and a half. So, I'll probably have to fight them with basic troops and see how well that goes. Some temporary permanent storages have been built along here. This should help us out a little bit. Obviously, they'll be deleted once I have more space. And more defilers are pushing up to take the entire back wall using my very limited souls. But the more space, the more souls, the more troops, the more killing, the more expansion. We've nearly cleared the first cauldron of death. The two on the side, they're going to be trickier, but I believe we can do it. Zombies, please keep becoming more and more bones. Maybe some zombie storage back here too. I'll load more barrows to spawn zombies is in the top right corner. A few dark generators are now there as well, so we can have access to 200 soldiers. We just need to wait for resources to grow up to 1,000 bones, and 400 energy. The energy is easy, the bones is just waiting for zombies. The enemy attack is on its way. I nearly have the bones, we're going to upgrade now. I'm already behind my schedule. In my test for the first 10 days, I'd already gotten this done on day 3. So I've already screwed up because I'm talking too much. The enemy attack is taking so long to arrive, I've upgraded my keep, upgraded a few of my buildings, and I'm looking at getting some more soil defilers. Soil defilers being a tier 2 and requiring 300 bones. I've even moved things around back here. That's how long it's taken for the enemy to walk from there to there. When the enemy finally hits, I will probably have a couple of 100 Drake of Dooms. The enemy attacks will get worse, but now that the assault's begun, we will kill them all, get as many zombies as possible, and keep on expanding and growing the back line. There must always be expansion from this point on. Troops will die, and so will they. And while we're at it, the first of the Theatre of Shepherds is going down. We need at least 8 of these at any one time to produce enough. They are slow and take a huge amount of dark energy. We need everything we can to get these troops on the field. So as we crush, as we kill, and as we destroy, more zombies are being put in to making the Horde better. Although now it's finding space in my temporarily permanent build. We push out further, we found the first of the fortified areas and the first of an actual fortified camp. Remember, we don't really care about the troops we've sent out, a little bit about the horses, but it's mostly about the zombies and clearing the area. The more bones we have, the more buildings we can build faster. And as we now have 3 more defilement catchers, we now have a huge amount more soil defilers. Expansion is now in full swing. More zombie storage is being built at the back because we just need more and more zombie storage. If I can't summon the undead, I can't have the undead. So this is majorly important. It should be over there, but currently it's over here inside my ziggurats, which I'm constantly upgrading with bones to get more dark souls / dead souls, to get more troops, to get more zombies, to get more expansion. You see the theme here. And our expansion down south, our first force has finally started meeting royal champions, which are extremely elite. It's time to start retreating. I don't care about the wraiths, they are pathetic and insignificant, but I care about all the zombies. Become resources for me. The next wave is on its way in 3 minutes. I have nearly 4 Theatre of Shepherds up and running, and my first actual Shepherd of Horrors are now on the field. Slow moving with a scythe, they will be the backbone of my main force. We will be trying to do our best to have huge hordes, but we'll also have massive numbers of elite troops as well. We have about 20 to 40 Shepherd of Horrors on the field. We've begun expanding the Dark Generator over here for more troops. We have an amplifier which gives 20% more to everything around it. And as soon as we've killed this wave, we're pushing into this area here and taking the first place. They're nearly here. Let's see if the wave survives. Already have trebuchets. We're going catapult heavy as well. We only have 2 ranged units. The Machine of Flesh, a catapult hybrid cow thing, and the Grim Pilgrim, which is some kind of bishop who shoots magic. So we don't really have many, and they're both kind of very elite. The Grim Pilgrim is kind of endgamey, so we have to hold the line and hope for the best. Now, obviously, right now, we are very much holding the line, and we don't have to hope for the best. But the more we kill, the better we will be, because again, we are pushing this way as soon as this force is dead. We've already lost about 10 to 15 Shepherds of Horrors. We're going to lose a lot more because the enemy is, of course, using huge amounts of siege and bowmen. Because humans apparently can use bows. We can't, they can. So a little bit of god magic, and then we carry on killing. My force now moves west. Just like Firefall, we head this way. Only instead of trying to find a family and a place to live, we're killing everything and giving them nothing. Now, I don't really care how many Shepherds of Horrors really die, because we do have the resources to make more. For now, we just need them to kill everything over here to get us more zombies, to get us more expansion. And the expansion is going well. We're now over 100 Shepherds of Horrors. This entire area has been cleansed and zombies are heading back home, and the first of the Theatre of Machines is up and running. Soon we will have Machine of Fleshes joining the force. The entire enemy force over here is mostly destroyed. There's still a few hangers on. The obviously towers are causing problems, and there's the fortress at the back we need to kill to take that section. For now, we try and kill this. This area is mostly cleansed towards the wall. As you can see, there is a wall. Obviously, this tower is causing a few issues with this grouping down here. Once this area is pushed, we push this way. The problem we have with these is not just the towers for the siege engines. There's usually 2 barracks in there, which produce a lot of troops every 50 or so seconds. 2 of those pumping out troops when you're trying to just besiege it means it lasts for quite a long while. But of course we need that space, because without it we can't expand massively. And as the catapults move to join them and huge amounts more Shepherd of Horrors push north, this area is starting to look a little bit in danger. Obviously there's still a lot at the back, but we are pushing forwards. Another attack is on its way, but that's why we have even more Shepherds of Horrors being made at any one time. We have more Dark Generators for space, more troops being made. We are on the warpath. I will say we've lost about 50 to 60 of the Shepherds of Horrors already, because we are entering a very heavily fortified position. We're going to lose a lot of troops, but every area we clear does not come back. So even if we lose everything, I want these walls dead, I want these troops dead, I want everything dead. Even if it means wasting huge amounts of resources for what is basically a very tiny corner. Once that corner is ours, I am filling it with resources. And now the walls will go down, you get to see this. This is what it produces every 50 seconds. About 100 soldiers. And there's a second one. That's 200 soldiers every 50 seconds. So it's going to be painful in there, but as long as the towers are down, I'll be happy. In fact, I'm going to do this and start taking a few things out. As you can see, it doesn't do too well upon the walls or the buildings, so we're going to have to do the old-fashioned way of hoping for the best. Even summons, as you can see, do not do enough damage for me to really care. So I have to get me troops in and try and kill it that way. The Shepherds of Horror should be able to bring it down fast. And as you can see, it needs to be done fast because the amount of troops in here. And more troops keep arriving, more forces keep arriving, more people keep dying. The first of the barracks is down, keep pushing. We've only lost a few hundred soldiers so far. Back at home, we're making even more Shepherds of Horrors to prepare for the next wave coming this way. But for now, we pull back with whatever we have left to prepare for the next assault. We've lost a lot of troops, but we've also gained a huge amount of space. The enemy will not be pleased with what we've done to them. In fact, just to make sure, 1, 2, 3, let's see if we can bring down this. Oh, we can't bring it down. There's a few too many troops back here. I will say, the forces I left behind are doing quite well killing the enemy. They're not destroying everything. There's still a bit left. They did pretty bloody well. And this force over here is already back at nearly 100 strong with 7 catapults. And also, while after this, I'm going to try and get the final tier of the Citadel up. We need 3,500 bones and 800 souls. The souls are easy, the bones hopefully should get in the middle of combat. And while I'm waiting, more barrows. Currently we need as many barrows as possible. We'll sort this out later, but for now, give me as many zombies to give me bones as much as you can. Here comes the enemy forces, they are pushing out. There's a couple of ballista at the back, that is fine. We also have siege weapons. Oh my god, the catapults are devastating them. And this is why we have Shepherds of Horror, because they don't go down when a catapult just looks their way. The enemy forces, as you may notice, have a similar problem. Although we are losing forces quite quickly. That's a bit of a problem. Give me the zombies. The enemy force should be destroyed pretty quickly. I will be losing troops, of course, but so will the enemy. And I can replace mine a lot faster than they can. And once this area is dead, we are going west once more. Just to make sure we are in fact winning, I have destroyed their catapults. Their catapults are now dead. My Necromancer will move forward, take their bodies, and we'll keep on killing everything. And just like that, another wave is dead. Yes. Go into the blender, which is the Shepherd of Horror Ball. And we've gained enough resources right now to get the Citadel of the Undead to level 3. That's how many soldiers has died over here. A couple of spells, everything's gone. We don't have enough for any more spells, but now we are basically prepared for the next stage. Everything's upgrading. Tier 3 is all the way, baby. We can of course delete them later, but for now I need as many resources as possible. The attack's about to happen. We do need to kill this before the next wave hits. Obviously there'll be a timer as we're fighting, but we just need it dead. With the amount of troops and the amount of catapults, we should be able to clear this easily. The catapults are making short work of the big tower Ferdinand. We do need a few more troops to deal with some of this. I am using another beam. I didn't want to, but I am. And once this tower is down, all the catapults will be aiming at the barracks. After that, we can clear everything out. This area should now be mine, question mark. Yes. The firing at the militia training centre. This is now mine. There are 2 attacks coming from the south. We need to be prepared. And just like that, it's down. This area is basically cleansed. There's nothing really here which can slow me. We've got to start sending in soil defilers and take it in the name of me. And a lot of troops actually survived. So we've got like 130 odd shepherds and all 7 catapults. Good. This area cleansed. We are preparing for the next one, which should be maybe here. Because of the weird size, the entire thing on the west is going to be dark generators for more troop dark energy. We're probably going to build all of the soul production on the other side then. But for now, we're still building, we're still expanding. More and more zombies are being turned into resources and food, and I am growing everything. One of the forces is moving significantly faster than the other. I'm beginning to think cavalry's on the way. Let me have a listen. Yep, that's the sound of cavalry. We have cavalry coming from this direction. Let's, say hello and eat horse. Here they are. What have we got? The cavaliers or paladins? They're mostly... Oh, there's paladins as well. Paladins are powerful. Obviously, cavaliers are also strong. We'll kill them all and then keep pushing out, because if this force dies, they'll probably take a lot with them. We move on, we crush, we kill. We don't have enough zombies. That will be our next thing. But we do have a lot of soldiers ready. An awful lot of soldiers ready. The Theatre of Shepherds, we do need another, say, 5. We are pumping out many, many reinforcements. The enemy attack is coming possibly this way. The next wave is already here. I was still killing these buildings. We'll pull back, let the enemy meet my catapults, and then kill them a little bit more. So this entire force is going to keep pushing south. The next force I'm building, which is still up here, it's going to be pushing east. It's time to take the second expansion zone. We have 5 days to do it before an even bigger wave comes. Oh, bugger! A group did go this way. Luckily I have more forces being made back here, but a group snuck around this side. Okay, looks like we're holding here. I'm going to do another beam just because I love beams. And then we're going to push back. Of course, we can't upgrade any of our stuff. There's no upgrades. So what we have is permanently what we get. And we are one skilled survivor. So if we survive a certain amount of time, which I doubt, the enemy will become so much stronger than us. We will then be having to use horde tactics with elite troops, which means we are destined to die once more. Either way, this force is gone. That force will soon be gone. And most of my forces apparently also gone. And with this force gone, and 200 Shepherds of Horrors and more being produced constantly, it's time to go east. Let's clear out the east. Although there's apparently one guy here. That's the last of the horde, that single royal archer who thinks he can kill me. Random Shepherd of Horror, finish him off for me, please. Oh, he brought a siege ballista. Either way, random Shepherd of Horror, kill him off. Oh, and we then take out your siege ballista. Look at that. Dead. Good. The East cleansing is going really well. 300 Shepherd of Horrors now exist. And once this is done, we pivot north. We're taking it easily too. As the force spreads out and some of them die, entire towns are gone, towers are gone, and every single soldier is gone. There's obviously a big grouping down here we're going to have to clear, but I'm okay with every single one of my soldiers here dying. We already have significant numbers of replacements on the way. Nothing can really stop this force anymore. It's currently snowballing to an extreme degree. Of course, the enemy will snowball soon too, but on the field, very, very little can stop me. We will, of course, pivot north to stop this attack constantly going south. I will have to deploy some troops because we've apparently let ourselves be completely open here. And then we carry on. Hopefully anything else attacks from the rear is easily dealt with. The horses do not go that way. And we should be able to clear this within the next day or so. We've already begun breaching the walls. There is a small group of paladins behind us. I did have to use 2 more horsey summons, but we are now clearing this. This area is basically gone once we breach the walls. They have a lot of troops. I have a lot more. Enemy forces are nearly gone. A couple hundred more Shepherds of Horrors are making their way forward. We have lost a fair few. Another spawn just happened, as you saw. And we have hundreds of zombies heading back home. I think we're going to do well, especially now we're building 4 Machine of Fleshes at any one time. Once this goes down, this force will swing round, wipe out their catapults, and then it's all over for this. And finally, we can take both our expansion points. The soil defilers are already being sent over, even though there's still people alive. And once that's done, we'll get some more soil defiler spawns over here and start making huge amounts of souls. I will say the last troops have lasted longer than I thought. It's taken at least a couple of days. It is going down now, of course, because you can't stop a literal undead horde. But they did do very well. Heroes, each and every one. And with that force gone, this force starts making its way south. Let's see what else we can kill as we expand. Also, huge amounts of defilement catchers. We'll be needing a few to expand our territory fast. So put another 6 high-level ones down here. That should give me enough defilers to take the entire section dead easily on both sides. And the army, well, That's still going out. Zombie after zombie after zombie is heading back to base to be turned into bones. Obviously, we need a bit more bone storage. And expansion is going on quite nicely. The defilers are nearly here. And the ziggurats are going up. Enemy forces are now going to try and stop me on day 18. Let's see where they're coming from. The answer is over here on the west. We'll deal with them once we've cleared everything in the east. Because this force is going to keep on pushing until everyone is dead on my side. You found another fortress down south. Look at that. Another militia production facility. So these troops will probably start dying very soon. We've only lost like 30 or 40 and they've lost everything. And up north, as you can see, it's starting to become slowly but surely a bastion of undead hatred. Good. Oh my god, the towers are just going down like paper. Look at it. Absolutely being destroyed. I've decided to pull my force back for now. We were doing quite well in killing everything, but I kind of need a military here in case we lose the centre. There's no point killing off all the humans over here if I lose literally my citadel of death. The enemy attacks just arrived. I'll be honest, we're definitely slowly but surely snowballing here. The enemy forces are getting more destroyed. I have more and more forces arriving, and over here the theatre of pitch blackness with the pilgrims are being done. With these, I'll start having ranged troops supporting my infantry. Of course, we already have siege units, but we're still expanding everywhere. More buildings over here, and more buildings over here, including storage to summon and store even more souls. I am preparing for full-scale invasion. I am producing vast amounts of troops, to the point where we need even more corpses just to make sure we have enough. Because honestly, as soon as I stop producing troops, it'll be the day I'm probably going to be absolutely annihilated. So more and more and more zombies summoning buildings are being put down, because we just need more and more, that's in the wrong place, bodies to make the elites. We are now officially an elite horde force. I'm expanding this area here to get more theatre of shepherds down as well. But here we are, producing everything. Oh, to give you an idea, there's about 400 shepherds of horrors just here, and over a couple of hundred over here. It may not look like much, but there's nearly 1,000 soldiers wandering around this area. The siege engines, the pilgrims, everything is massively snowballing. So as you can see, the enemy is currently trapped here. The catapults are bringing them down. The troops here are not letting them get anywhere close, and the enemy is dying. So good, in fact, I'm sending this 230 over this way to see what can be done. This area here is going to be cleansed, and then we're going to see what happens to this, which looks like they're already running out of steam. And there we go, 230 more Shepherds of Horror are going to push this area along here. Forces over here are still holding steadily, 100 here, about 50 or so have died, and another 230 casually waiting back here, just in case. The force going south has already lost a few soldiers, they've wiped out a lot more soldiers, and entire buildings and towers are going down very successfully. This force over here is actually pushed to this point. When they all die, we have another wave of troops waiting for them as well. So let's push this force forward this way, let's push this force forward this way, let's wipe out the entirety of the west. And every other troop I start building is going to start pushing south down here and continue cleansing. And I think it's going to be pretty quick to wipe most of this area out. We obviously have lost a few hundred soldiers, but who really cares? I'm making hundreds more. More and more barrows are being made. I'm probably going to start filling this area up with barrows as well. And we have plenty of space for even more troops to join us. Look at that. Entire towers are being devastated. This whole section is just going under. Hundreds upon hundreds of soldiers, and for some reason a sword defiler are pushing forwards successfully. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with the west just completely and utterly disappearing. We'll take out the east next, because they still have forts over there producing troops. Pushing further south, 2 more small forts have appeared. Look at that. We aren't really having any issues so far. Everything is still dying nicely. A few of my troops have died, but who really cares? Look at them all. Hundreds of them, and hundreds more. There's a big enemy attack coming from the south, but again, I'm still producing forces. In fact, this force is going to start pushing south as well, and start clearing that area. I don't care if I'm not getting all of the corpses I should be, because my Necromancer's over here, but we're getting enough. And sometimes that's all that matters. Enough. It really does not matter how many troops I lose, does it? We're having to build a few more dark energy storage units because we are completely and totally out of space. They're just not killing my soldiers fast enough for it to even really matter. And of course another group is moving in the true south to clear this area as well. Every soldier that dies is space for more soldiers to die. And honestly, they're doing really well dying. These fortresses, there's not even that many forces hitting them, and they are straight up disappearing. Look at it, gloriously disappearing in the Horde. The true southern area is having a bit of an issue. I think it's mostly because there's not enough Shepherds of Horror. So with that being stated, here's another force here with more bishops and even more catapults. Over here, this fortress is gone, this fortress is going. We lost about 100 or to 200 or so Shepherds. That's a serious problem. Let's make a few hundred more. For now, we're dominating. The southwestern forces have found yet another fort. They're going to carry on pushing and crushing over here. If need be, they can pivot to this side. Several hundred troops are in the centre. We're going to start reinforcing that in a second, because we can just hold this position here until we run out. Let's see what the enemy can do to stop me. I will say, the further south we go, the more troops there are. Look at the number of soldiers guarding this fortress over here. It's not even that big a fortress, and yet we put soldiers down. Look at them all. Hundreds upon hundreds of soldiers. Slightly less now have done that, but they were there. The first wave of the enemy forces have just met my forces. Currently there is a meat grinder situation going on just here. I think I'm mostly winning. I have found that the pilgrims can kill paladins and the elite troops quite fast. Just need to get the targets on them. So we are pushing through the targets nicely. As you can see, the big guys are dying when they get hit by like 6 or so shots. The catapults are helping too. And forces across the board are engaging. Group 1 is still crushing. A few of their forces probably are going to come across over to here just to help out. But the rest are going to continue killing this until we run out. And then the Avatar retreats once more. I will say, it looks like most of the enemy wave is nearly dead already. This force here is struggling. This force here is being devoured. And this force over here is trying to reinforce, I think, from another fortress. Yeah, we've cleared it. We're going to lose a few catapults because there's forces literally everywhere. But this wave has already been successfully survived. And hundreds more troops are coming to reinforce regardless. So, success. We are going to need some more dark generators, however, because we are very much running out of space, time and troops. The more of these we have, the happier I will be, because of course the more troops I'll have. Although I don't know how many troops I need for this current wave, this mostly seems to be dead already. A few catapults lost, that's a shame. Let's put a few more down, a few more grim pilgrims, and a few hundred more shepherds of horrors. We're going to clear the south, and the rest is mostly cleared as well. Small remnants of a fortress over here, zombies all over the place, and my avatar just casually hanging out at the back, resurrecting more. Yeah, the entire southern section is now gone. 400 Shepherds of Horror pushing through. It doesn't look like it, but there is like about 400 there, another 100 reinforcing. So this fort might go down, but it is a... well, there's 2 of them. There are 2 barracks here we need to kill. All the siege engines are dead apart from this side where there's more fortresses with trebuchets. So we can now start literally flooding these areas with troops. I sent another couple of 100 soldiers out to the southeast as well. Anywhere my troops can reach will now have forces pushing into it. We're going to continuously cleanse this map of everything. Also, while we clear out the west, to give you an idea, the last one survived about 50 odd days. Anything more than that means this tactic is successful. I mean, I'm aiming for over 100 days, but let's see if I get that far. You guys will know. You get to see the title and how long it is. I'm still recording. The next 2 waves have been decided. From the east, I will start deploying a force along here next. This force here is currently at this fortress. This force here is nearly at the south at that barracks, and I think a barracks has already died. A few of my siege engines are dying to an assault over here, who cares? And this force here has wiped out a small pocket of resistance which is about to die. Although it looks to me like troops are being spawned in. There's cavalry suddenly everywhere. So we're going to lose a few troops, but I do have crystals now spawning from this transgressor, making 1 crystal every 40 seconds. It's not much, but it's just enough to get a few beams or maybe some meteors out in the longer term. The southwest has been completely and totally cleansed now of forces. There's a very small group here, but as you can see from my numbers, they're not going to last long. This force will then meet up at this fortress here and push across. The grouping heading straight south has mostly been swept up and destroyed, as you can see, and the southeastern force has killed 1 fort, but is also slowing down. So we're going to have to rely on this force here of another several hundred troops to slow down the enemy, because everyone in the south is going to stay in the south. And we're about to find out that was a smart idea right about now, I'd say, because the enemy is on its way. Oh, the enemy is sending out Royal Cavaliers and Paladins. That's a slight problem. We are going to build a theatre of rocks to get the Nightmare General. It's time for my most elite forces to make it to the field of battle. It'll take a while because I can only build one so far, and it's in a bad place, but they will be my biggest, most powerful forces, which means they'll be very expensive when I lose them. For now, simple, cheap Shepherd of Horrors in their thousands will have to do. And it honestly is their thousands at this point in time. Looks like the first wave was entirely cavalry, nearly dead. The second wave is slowly spreading along. Let's have a little look-see. There, and there. It's bigger than the first wave, in fact, but it's still going to die. In fact, I'm so sure it's going to die, this force which could pivot and attack from the side is doing nothing and just killing this force over here. And the west has now fallen. You see that? These are the last troops here on the west. This force is going to push across, clear up these, and then move back up. Enemy forces have now officially met my front line. We have a lot of catapults and the pilgrims are moving forwards. A massive bombardment on the living is now happening. And I'll be honest, their bows are not as good as literal magic and rocks. The enemy wave is about, I was going to say 50% done. About 50% done. Obviously there's a lot of troops still coming, but they've already run out of steam and they've not got anywhere past this meat grinder here. So another success. I'm so sure we're winning, even though it's still active, that this 300 soldier force here is being sent to the southeast to finish off the last of the fortresses and reinforce Squad 1. And our first Nightmare Generals on the field. Slow, lumbering, and an AoE slash. They are really powerful at wiping out vast groups of forces. Expensive, but probably going to be used in large numbers once they start running out eventually of Shepherds of Horror. In fact, because this wave has wiped this area out, they're also going to go south-east. Let's send another force out to keep on clearing. Every little thing is being destroyed. There's very little humans left, and I'm happy with that. It's nearly done. The last remnants of humanity are all over here. A couple hundred soldiers, and then that is it. This grouping over here is dead. This is a literal brick wall. This is the last of humanity, and as you can tell, they're not doing the best. Group 1 has lost everything apart from the catapults, is about to lose them too. I've had to use a few undead horsey summons, which is annoying, but it is what it is. But the enemy is officially going. They are gone. Imagine being one of the last few soldiers trying to survive this horde as you watch more and more troops head towards you. See that? They are gone. We have cleansed humanity from this place. Let's prepare for the next assault. Our new official goal as the enemy starts coming from the south will be groups of 100 or so Shepherds of Horrors, maybe backed up by artillery in all sorts of places. They're basically undead speed bumps. They hit the enemy, they get destroyed, but the enemy gets slowed down and more forces get made to replace them long before the enemy even gets close to stopping us. We're about to see if this strategy works out. We have groups absolutely everywhere and more forces being spawned. What does the enemy look like? The enemy looks a couple of thousand-y. I thought I was the Horde army here. Luckily, no matter what happens, I have huge numbers of forces. And again, I am currently out building and out spawning them. So even though a few thousand soldiers will die, as you can see, they're doing quite successfully. Obviously, a lot of my soldiers will die because they have too many ranged weapons. But even so, everything is going down, and everything is going according to the master plan. They're just walking past my troops. How are they outnumbering me? We need a lot more dark energy storage. I will say the speed bumps have definitely worked. The troops are all dying. It's almost like 400 troops down here. But we've held the enemy down so well, most of their infantry and a lot of their elite troops are in fact dead. Obviously, there's still forces bundling past. We have hundreds more soldiers making it towards the front line. It doesn't really matter what the enemy have done. They can't touch us, so they attack from multiple directions at once. And at that point, I should have even more dark energy storage. Started losing my voice there. Central forces are destroyed. They didn't even get to this wave of troops. This side of forces is being engaged, so my catapults are even attacking them. And this force over here, well, there's a few nightmare generals waiting for them. I've yet to use them in battle. They're going to cut through this group like a hot knife through a human. They're in. Look at that. The single swings wiping out entire groups of enemies. Obviously, there's a few of my troops in the way, but look at those health bars go down. The nightmare generals are now officially on the field of battle. They're not actually doing general stuff, but they are pretty nightmarish. And everywhere else, this force is basically dead. These troops have broken through and are killing off the remnants of the siege engines. And this force over here is not even getting close to pushing through as more and more pilgrims support them. This wave has been survived. And it's happened! Wave 10, the first of 3-way waves. I have basically expanded as far as I can up north. And I am now preparing full-scale expansion down south. The enemy doesn't seem to come too close to this corner, and probably not too close to this corner. They mostly come up here, and then straight down the middle. Obviously that means there's a bit of combat in the middle ground, and they do eventually bring siege trebuchets. Not many, but they appear. Right now we have roadblocks of the huge variety here, small one here, oh, cavalry, and of course, another big one down here. Obviously these groupings are meant to die, so I'm going to be producing significantly more. Right now we just don't get enough zombies to do anything useful, so zombie upgrades need to be done. My nightmare generals are very easy targets, as you can see here, for most of the long range attacks, which is a little bit of a problem, but not the worst problem ever. Of course the siege engines are a bigger one. Now we'll be producing more Grim Pilgrims. Their range attacks are significantly useful for the things we're trying to do, and consistent amounts of Shepherds of Horrors. Despite all of the attacks we're doing and all the forces we're killing, we are going to be losing a lot of soldiers every single wave from now on. Even this cavalry grouping, as you can see here, is going to kill a lot of us. It doesn't matter how many troops I lose, I still need zombies to make more, unless I go back to the good old days of sending thousands upon thousands upon thousands of wraiths. Nothing slows the enemy down more than 10,000 wraiths eating their faces. In the south, I'm moving my secondary group over here. They're going to basically come through, kill everything, or at least do their best. If they all die, they die. Over in the east, we have a huge amount of catapults. We do need a few more. We need a bigger grouping here for future attacks. As you can see, it's kind of going through. And of course, we still need even more forces here. This is mainly catapult heavy, not very infantry heavy. Although I will say, for a 3-way attack, it wasn't the worst attack in the world. So I think the next attack at 40, that's going to be our real problem. That's where we died last time. I will say this grouping over here is probably one of the easier groupings to hold the enemy. I have a lot of troops and a huge amount of range forces that come around the corner. Obviously the catapults and things back here are a little bit of a problem, but I can mostly kill them off. Of course there's a lot of them, but it should be easy to go. The trouble we're having is troops are already going around this way from this area here. If they come around this way, I can't build too much further down because the enemy might start stabbing my buildings. Of course, stabbed buildings isn't the best thing for me. Now in the centre we're still having issues. We are clearing those issues with another wave. This grouping here has completely destroyed that. We'll meet up here. So this force is fine as well. The centre's held. This edge here is semi-held. This area here is easily going to held. Let's see what wave 11 day 40 brings us. Yeah, this wave, despite the huge amount of regular troops I've lost, no real issues, and my soil defilers are over here currently making even more dark amplifiers. I think this one over here will probably be more zombies, because we always need more zombies. And I think this one probably can be attacked by how forces here always seem to go that way. This one I've yet to see forces spawn here, but I think it's only a matter of time. Either way, temporarily permanent defensive positions for more forces. And the south and the west are soon to attack. The minor wave of problems over here on the east is still going on. We've got 30 seconds left of the next one, and the zombie farm is being built in the southwest. With the zombie farm active, I have other plans as well. Currently it's huge numbers of troops, but I'm going to start sending out soil defilers to deploy the soil, and then deploy the mines. It's time to start deploying death in every direction. Just need to wait for this wave to leave before we can do that. Oh cool, the enemy's spawning Terminator machines with long-range trebuchets, which means this entire thing in the corner may be under attack as soon as it has been built. Stop shooting rocks at my defilers! Thank God I built this straight away, you sod off. Looks like siege engines from here can also fire at this. This corner isn't the best. The other corner is better because the enemy hasn't really spawned over here. But this corner for all of my zombie-related needs may already be a bust. Not as big as this problem, which is currently trying to eat me. But this problem should also be dealt with pretty quickly. I have range, I have troops, and just in case, I have more troops. More siege engines, more pilgrims, hundreds more shepherds. We don't really have many roadblocks over here in the west, I've noticed. We do have waves of troops coming around from the sides and all that, but obviously we have roadblocks in the middle of here, and obviously have groupings over here and here. We have more roadblocks in this side. I just need to make sure the enemy always hits something. Like this guy here is about to start putting down mines. They're always going to hit something. And mines are relatively cheap, so I'm thinking they're going to come from this way here. I also need to see if I can just deploy mines and leave. I don't really want to start losing defilers. Can I just deploy and leave? The answer is... still building. Yes. So now this area is completely mined apart from that one square. And the defiler leaves, even though I have several more, just in case I start losing any. Oh my god, there's a few of them, isn't there? I think the central area will be the easiest to hold as always, because I have to go through this choke point and this choke point. Obviously this area here will have a few issues as troops go round, but it looks like they haven't. This area here will be the biggest problem because there's an entire wave and then very large offshoots of this wave coming in as well. So that of course means at any one time there's technically 1.5 waves coming in, which isn't the best but not the worst. Luckily I'm producing troops fast enough to replace a lot of losses. Not continuous, because as you can see that was 16-2 and it's completely full and we're already heading towards 14s. So I do need a few more theatres. And as always, dead souls are slowing us down. Zombies not so much anymore because of this grouping down here. But still we do need more dead souls. Especially if I am now deploying huge amounts of mines which also require dead souls. This area here, fortified. Area down below, soon to be fortified. Mines, mines everywhere. If I can't build walls, I'm going to blow up the world. And I think we're probably going to need to quicker, because this central area is slightly overwhelming. At this test here, they don't seem to want to attack the mines as I build them. So I can build mines directly underneath the enemy as they charge. And as you can see, a mine suddenly spawning is, well, it's getting results, I'll say that much. Oh my god, it's getting results. For just the price of 25 souls, I've killed all of their friends. And the souls are probably coming from this wave anyway. So I don't know where I'm getting souls from. I think I'm just stealing them from people as they explode. Takes about 6 or so mines to kill the bigger guys, 1 mine to kill the smaller guys, and yeah. So we're going to stay here as long as possible. Put as many mines down, it's gone. And there we go, a huge amount of central wave has exploded. So, yeah, huge amounts more soil defilers, and of course, huge amounts more souls are being put into the boom business. Does mean, however, I have a lot less resources to make troops. Our lack of souls is causing problems, so you guys go over to the other side, build me huge amounts more ziggurats. However, we should be able to hold here. I have enough resources to keep the troops rolling. We've just don't have resources to keep the troops at full capacity. Either way, another wave successfully survived, and the next wave was the final wave that killed us last time. Yeah, the central area has been completely decimated. We don't have many central troops holding it anymore. The catapults to finish off what's left. Troops are still pouring from here. They're completely gone from all those mines and the 2 waves they hit. This is still a minor issue. I think it takes a while to kill it. It's not going to be able to kill everyone. Let's have a look. But the fact is, Terminator machines are now going to become more common with every wave. Yeah, if we can't kill it with 2 of those, let's put down 16 undead horses. Can you kill it? No, I think it'll get picked off by archers. Either way, it was a test. We've cleared everything else out. Yeah, everything else is dead. We now go back to building up our forces, getting more troops, getting more souls, and using more bones. It will make this significantly more dangerous, because we're now pushing out into this territory here. As long as the enemy doesn't spawn here, we'll be fine. And I'm going to deploy significant amount of mines around here to make sure they don't spawn around here. And we've entered the timer for the next wave, the official wave where we died last time. With this grouping here basically dead, this group can probably move over to the other side. There's no point having resources I'm not using. This force here might require a few extra troops. I think it probably does. But I think our biggest problem on this side will be if the enemy goes round and hits this. There's not much I can do about this, apart from mine the crap out of it, which you'll see I'm about to do. Just a small amount of mines, nothing major, nothing too over the top at all. I want the enemy to still be able to reach our lines. I don't want to wipe them all out in one big go. That would be madness. Who'd want to build that many mines with my limited resources? We're going to have just more and more troops. That would be insane to me. Alright, we're running out of time. You three, it's time to retreat. Get back to safety. If we need more troops, we need more troops. I have more catapults on the way. I have more Shepherds of Horrors on the way. The mines have been laid. Let's see what they actually do. The answer is, as the enemy gets closer, I get a better view. Let's see, the waves coming in. There'll be a lot of them. Well, that's the first load down. There goes even more. I'm going to say partially successful. I don't know if it's worthwhile for the resources spent. And the big guys are clearing the mines pretty easily. And I'm going to say I'm okay with this. They are skipping a bit in the middle, which was a waste of resource, I guess, because I'd have to put them down again. But that's a lot of dead people. If I had actual necromancers, more like my avatar, I'd be a lot happier. But yeah, this is good. More mines will be placed liberally upon the next wave. This has already killed about a couple of thousand people. I think that's worth it. Oh, and even better news, the trebuchet at the back was firing at my squad holding out over here to attack them from the side. I've lost a few troops because of it, but they've lost their long-range siege. And it looks like the forces moving round have started slowing down as well. So the entire eastern force has been blunted by about 100 mines. We are definitely building more. Probably in the south. Oh, better news, there was 2 trebuchets back here. Yes, screw you guys, 2 trebuchets killed. Now my force is going along the back and wiping out troops. I did use a beam because they were shooting me. But this should cleanse a lot of the area. And it looks to me like the enemy's not pushing up this way either. So we are good to go. Just the south to deal with now. Because of course the south wasn't dealt with. Although there's mines down there too. I saw it. 1 meteor there and another meteor there. I just didn't like the idea that they were being slowly overwhelmed. And just because I can, boop, few hundred zombies to slow things down. That should solve a few issues. Yeah, on the east, the rear squad is tearing through any of the slower moving troops. I may lose all of them, but they have killed hundreds pushing up this way. This force here is slowly getting through these, but that's taking time. This area here is finally pushing through, but I have another wave of troops meeting in. And this group here is having trouble breaking through the catapult wall, which is bad for them, as several hundred more soldiers are being made ready. Let's put the mines back. Yeah, the east is completely gone, not even getting close to this force here. Obviously, there's a few gaps I can easily reinforce. But this grouping here has only lost about 10-15 shepherds that have almost met up with this central area. That is cleansed. This area here is being cleansed as well. These guys will soon start having to retreat. And this force here is slightly losing. But again, there's more reinforcements on the way. So another successful defence. We have now lasted longer than the previous attempt. And with this being the first I've ever gotten, I'm celebrating with a lot more mines. We do need a lot more dead souls, but mines will be liberally placed as far as the eye can see as it's exploding from a mine. Although, knowing my luck, there's probably been no wave attacking on wave 48. So this could be a waste of resource which could get us killed another direction. But either way, I'm being hopeful. Extremely, minorly hopeful. You know, as I'm rebuilding my forces and literally mining the entire world, I miss walls. I wouldn't usually say that because I love horde games. I love having thousands of troops, tens of thousands of troops. But I genuinely miss walls when doing this. It's amazing what you miss when you put 600 mines down by hand as you wait for resources to grow and have to watch them slowly build. Well, let's see what the new defensive line does. I'm super excited. The south will again have problems. I do have a small group down here to stop anything trying to kill my very, very important soul spawners. And the mines are, wow, already going. They are a bit further south than I was expecting. And it seems to be a lot of guys with big swords. But I'm already quite happy with how it's going. As you can see, a lot of dead already. It's way too northerly, but that's the risk you get, I guess. And then the south, the attacks have already begun. There's so many. There's 3 trebuchets now. Okay, 3 trebuchets aside, that's a slight problem. And where are you going? Oh, down. Oh! Okay, I found the trebuchet. They are still spawning in. Oh, I'm about to take so many hits. So the trebuchets are now officially the biggest problem because obviously I have a lot of defences down the south. I'd rather not get killed. And I'm about to go and deal with the south. It's going to take time. Look how many bowmen there are. It's just bowmen and big guys. I've just realised it's bowmen and giants. Ooh. So a few problems, but easily dealt with regardless. Although the bowmen have just wiped every single soldier in the south out. Trebuchets in the east are gone. Yeah, it's just bowmen and giants. What is this? I hate this wave. And also while I'm clearing things, I've been consistently using the summon horse spell to make a small cavalry. They're not powerful, but I might be able to use them to take out trebuchets and things at the end of a wave. Because I'm tired of sending my troops out of positions just to kill a few measly peasants. God, I am losing more troops than I should do because of all these bowmen. And it's getting away! No. Using a beam for that. Bloody catapults and peasants. I'm using more and more beams. There were so many archers. I've used up all of my crystals. Because siege engines of the humans don't drop soul crystals, so apparently they're just crewed by people, I don't have much, oh my god, so many, in the way of actual reinforcing. Okay, you guys, go there, kill that. Yeah, we're having trouble now. I'm sending out the zombies. This night and flight thing they've got going on, absolute nightmare. Luckily, my catapult should deal with them. But having really heavy infantry backed up by so many archers, that's just cruel. In fact, I think I'm losing. The enemy's pushing forward significantly. Look at the bowmen. They're killing guys so fast. Oh, is this how I die? Oh, they actually are getting in. They are getting in. I'm losing troops. Oh my god, they're getting in. More forces, more everything. And if I survive, there's another wave in 3 days. Okay, you guys are going to push to there. Do what you can. That force is moving in. This force here has been killed. How are they pushed into this? Okay, I've sent in the giants. They aren't the best because obviously the generals are going to get picked off by bowmen. I've lost all of my range. This force has killed all of the... Oh my god, they're coming in. Okay, one of the giants is already dead. Keep clearing. More troops. A lack of souls is slowing me down again. Oh, there is so many bowmen. Look at the bowmen. They're shooting every soldier down before they get... Okay, you shoot that guy. You shoot that guy. Pick the fuckers off. There we go. That's it. Kill them all. We survived here. We've lost everything in the centre. Oh, God, this is the first time the centre's been... Look at them all. I need so much more. The bowmen are a problem. Oh my god, the bowmen are a serious problem. On the bright side, the group from the west has killed all of the catapults and ballista and things, but they're in. They're bloody in. Mines. More mines. That's it. There we are. You're in the danger zone. Just mines. If in doubt, mines. Okay, I think I've won using the mine tactic. It has, however, cost me all of my resources, so I haven't won. Oh my god. Oh my god. We've won, have we? Oh, we've not quite won. Okay, you push through, kill that. You push through, kill that. We've held. We've held to day 53, whatever attack that's going to be. I may have to take it back. We've technically still not held. There is a death ball just here. Okay, let's just kill all of these ranged troops off if I can. Yeah, that's all of you. Ooh. We may have to live entirely off of mines, becoming a distinct possibility that mines may be the only way forwards. Using every single resource available, I've pushed the enemy back and killed them all. What do I do now? I've got 2 days left. All my catapults are gone. All my pilgrims are gone. I've lost every single nightmare general, my elite final defense force. I have lost everything. Rebuilding is going to hurt. Okay, the west flank is now officially being fortified. I don't have the resources to keep building more mines. Everything's going into more troops. There's attack from all 3 sides. I think I'm officially about to die. Even better news, for the first time ever, they're about to launch an attack on this side here, near all of my buildings. They've not done that before, and they're just about to. So, we might even lose my supporting buildings in the south. Okay, this group is not attacking this side. That's good. What about this group? Yeah, they're going right through it. So this group will stop pathing into my building line. We've just lost our supporting buildings, I think. Because obviously this is not going to last. Build more, quickly. There we go. That's it. Build more while we can. There we go. So that's killed a few hundred. Oh, it's a cavalry attack. This is terrible. I'm still building back here. Quick, build more. Okay, I think I can defeat a cavalry attack just using more mines when they have horses. Are we winning? Yeah, we are. That's it. Just explode faster. This side, however, might be going down on the west. Oh my god, I can just see it. It's so big, the trebuchets are firing into him, bringing down my buildings. Do I have anything? I have a single meteor. I could do that. Did it help? I genuinely can't tell if it helped. If this is it, we die with honour. I mean, whatever honour undead horrifying maniacs can have, we will die with it. We've already lost the entire front line of like 400 troops. If I'm looking closely, they have soldiers of every variety. There are so many banners. Oh my god, it's the banners. At least it's not just pure archers this time. Maybe I should have just removed all this. Maybe I just need more and more ziggurats. Maybe it doesn't matter how many soul wells and how many dark generators I have. Maybe I just need continuous production. Because I only get huge amounts of resources if I'm not building anything because I've tapped out on the max. And at that point, I should have filled the world with mines. Build faster. They're in the door. Build faster. Are we holding? The answer will not surprise you. It's no. Oh my god, there's already troops behind my lines on the east. More mines. I think the Theatre of Ghouls just uses bones. Let's put a few of these back over here. Congratulations, you're being pressed back into service. Okay, ghouls just require zombies. Good. Okay, thousands of ghouls. Give me all the ghouls. Oh, I was doing so well till the champions with their swords and the thousands of archers turned up. At that point, I had defences everywhere. They were walking into mines. It was going great. A single wave problem, lots of archers backed up by heavies, and my whole plan died. And now the outer city dies. We're slowly but surely losing. We're out of zombies. We have small troopings everywhere. I guess it's time for... Where there's a will, there's a mine. If I mine the outer edge, I'll take everything with it. I may lose bits of the outer edge, but the outer edge will explode and kill. There we are. I am going to go out on a limb and say I think this might be our final day. Luckily, mines make everything good. So as you can see, they're making me feel happier. Killing hundreds more people. Oh, so many mines going off. It's glorious to see so much death. The mines are doing more success than I thought. I'm putting down single mines now because I am out of resources. But each mine is killing huge amounts of infantry and sometimes even a champion. We're still killing a lot of people. I think we've probably killed like 50, 60,000. I'd like to say 100,000, but I think I'm just being optimistic there. The Nightmare Generals are slaying in the corner. Come on, keep killing. This is it. There's no way we can rebuild. But yeah, that is now down. We've lost. 96,000 people died by my hands. Oh, new record. Did not do well. If you want to see more, I can give it a try again, but I'm just not getting the waves right. Closer, but not correct yet. I've been the Fallen Shogun. Take care. Goodbye.